Oh, I didn't know you were having a 4th of July sale.
Yeah, well, now's the time, right? Like, I mean, we've every 4th of July, after the first couple days, you get a little bit of a sale. Maybe you can get somebody for a little bit of a bargain. And right now we have quite a few cars on the market right now, and we can get good bargains for. For example, we've got a well-used car.
Okay.
And, but I think there's got a lot of mileage on it.
Okay.
But I think it still runs well in Patrick Kane.
Oh.
And, I mean, he's getting, it should have a new body, so, I mean, and by the time you get it, it'll be really good, ready for winter. So, I mean, Patrick Kane is a guy I think you can get for a good price right now, and he'd be willing to go after it. He might not be ready till December, but he's the kind of guy that you'd like to have if you think you don't want that car with too many miles on it come playoff time.
Right, a little tinkering though in the shop, and sometimes that high mileage, if you've taken care of it as it's gone along, right?
Well,
you see the high mileage oil change, maybe some new struts and shocks, and
new
man.
I think he'll be a new man, and I mean, if he wants to run, I mean, you might be that sports car that you just want to leave in the dock and just everybody look at it, but I kind of think that he's going to want to play again.
All right, we didn't rehearse this. I have to legitimately ask you: have you ever worked at a car dealership? This was too good. I didn't get to tee you up on the segment.
I had no idea. You just opened the door. I bought a lot of used cars in my day, I can tell you. And a lot of them were lemons. And we don't have lemons on this show right now.
High quality.
We got high quality used cars.
All right.
For example,
how about Vladimir Tarasenko?
Russian mobiles don't break.
Right.
That's what I hear. So
I
mean, it might be a little older car, but again, I think they keep their value. And I mean, there's been stories about him being sold already, but I think that's just a fallacy. And
that's just driving up the price on your lot? Is that what?
That it is. We painted it the other day, and we put a couple more signs on it, and we put it right front row. So once we put it at the front of the row, you got a premium foreign car. So there you go. I think that's going to be pretty good.
Is that because you're just trying to unload it very quickly?
Well, if we could. We don't even.
I got you.
We don't
but what
even
if that car doesn't want to move off the lot to a specific dealership?
That's a potential thing, too. We don't even care if we make a profit. We just want to unload it.
All right. How about Matt Dumba? If I'm going on your lot, how do you sell me on that?
I'm telling you, that's a sports car at the best. It might be a little vintage sports car, but I can just picture that little red sports car going down, dashing in and out of traffic.
Those are the highly desirable ones, right?
Well, you know what? I mean, if you want to look good, that's the kind of guy you want to get. I think there's a lot of mileage left in this car, and I think that he hasn't been used the proper way in the last couple of years, and I think once he gets a new change of address, I think this guy could be a really good player for you.
So the little red Miata that you're driving in the wintertime, not properly used, right? That's a summertime.
You might need a southern place to play, though. If you want to drive that car, I mean, you don't want it in snow.
No.
You want this thing roaming around in the heat. That's what I want.
Yes. That's what we need. How about Jonathan Toews? What kind of car you got with him?
Well, we needed a lot of repairs on this one. Okay. I can tell you.
Okay, yep.
I mean, he had a lot of
mechanic, though?
We have a great mechanic. We have the best mechanic going. And I mean, the tires are going to be brand new on this thing. Okay, the body is going to be well built, and the engine. Well, that's what makes Jonathan Toews go, and the engine is going to be good because it's going to be refurbished, it's going to be fresh, and it's going to be wanting to hum. So somebody could get quite a good deal on this car.
A good body, right? You know what you're buying with a Jonathan Toews type car. There's no surprises when it comes to what the actual nuts and bolts of this vehicle.
No surprises. Plus, you get the steering wheel that wins those face-offs every time. Like, I mean, he's #1 in the NHL on winning face-offs. And how valuable has that become as of late?
All right, so maybe the price going up just a bit. Because
I just added the price right up there. Now, put a couple stickers.
Slap another sticker on. Do you do trade-ins? Like if I didn't want to just come and unload all my cash and buy a non-lemon, what about a trade-in? If I could,
we'll take a deal on a trade-in. Do you have any good cars out there?
I got a John Gibson floating around in my garage.
John Gibson, eh? You know what? That could be a very good trade-in. I mean, I might not give you full value for it because it hasn't ran very well the last couple of years, but we know the history of this car, and the history of this car says he's very good. And I mean, I think if you put him in a situation where he didn't have to drive 400 miles every day, that I think you would find
That might be a light day.
that you might have something there. Because, I mean, this guy, you just go, if he can live around the corner and get into, but 2 blocks or 24 shots a game, I think you got as good a goalie as there is in the league.
Yeah, you can see the mileage, or the wear and tear, I should say, the last 4 seasons for John Gibson out in Anaheim compared to the previous 6 seasons. And yeah,
Well, have you ever driven the 405? Like, I mean,
You don't drive, you're just
traffic.
Yeah.
And that's where poor John has been for the last, a lot of years.
I tell you what, this TV hosting, analyst, coaching thing doesn't work out. You just
Let's just go, man. Get me on a lot. I got a good friend, Patrick Lewis. Are you listening out there?
We might lose you from the NHL Network to QVC this year because you, my friend, can sell anything. Well done.